Welcome to part 2 of the fundamental settings section. I'll get right back into it. We left off with the color palette selection, and next we have the subscribe page and unsubscribe page area. These features require a little bit of explanation, and in order to fully understand them, you'll perhaps want to have an understanding of how to set up a sign-up page, that is to say a sign-up or profile editing page, as well as an unsubscribe newsletter page in your Tangoor Solutions pages area. But here we'll assume that we have an existing sign-up and unsubscribe page relevant for this newsletter list. And the subscribe page and unsubscribe page areas that we see here are references to which pages the user should be directed to when you insert Tangoor's built-in profile editing and cancellation links in a given newsletter via merge fields. As we've seen earlier, when you compose a newsletter, you may use merge fields to merge, for example, a user's name. But you can also use a merge field to automatically make a link to the relevant page for editing a profile or canceling a subscription to a newsletter. So you choose which pages the user will be directed to in the left-hand column, and in the right-hand column you could choose what the link's title will be. Now we've actually included these in a newsletter that we sent out in an earlier video, so I'm going to take the time to quickly hop out of this view and into drafts so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But there's one thing that you need to keep in mind when using the built-in cancellation feature, and that is that people may be subscribed to different categories. So you have one of three options for enabling your subscribers to maintain full control over what they receive. First, you could decide that it's an all or nothing approach and somehow indicate your users that when they unsubscribe from all categories. Secondly, you can ensure that the unsubscribe page is set up in a manner that allows the subscriber to actively indicate which categories they wish to unsubscribe from. This is the solution that we've chosen in the current example. And lastly, you could decide not to use any of the built-in features here and instead create your own links to separate cancellation pages which are created to handle the different categories. Now there's also a confirmation link title here which I haven't touched upon. This is simply a text that contains a confirmation link if you decide that you want your subscriber to click on a link from their own email to ensure they are who they say they are. Confirmation is set up on the newsletter subscription page, I should mention, and that is found in the page hierarchy of your site. In the next section, Settings, we have a few different options. The Statistics line has a checkbox for whether or not you wish to use user tracking, which enables you to use the statistics that we saw in an earlier video. You should make it explicit to your subscribers in some way that you are going to track these statistics if you're going to use user tracking. I've already explained the line SMS mail gateway. Sender email is simply a default value for the sender email of your newsletters, which you can overrule in a particular instance if you wish. Finally, we have a test user selection, which is linked to the module external users. Here you can choose an external user whose information will be used when you send out test newsletter. And in that way, you can make sure that your merge fields are in working order in order to test without having to send an actual newsletter. And we could also see the subscriber checkbox, which is also only relevant if you have the module external users. And this allows you to view or hide the groups filter in your overview of subscribers, which you recall was directly next to the categories select box. We've now rounded out our overview of the diverse properties which you can use to set up your newsletter. In the next video, we'll be taking a closer look at drafts before continuing on and learning about how to build a newsletter from scratch.